What's up, ScienceDrone.com, and today I'm going to be doing a test flight with my F450 Quadcopter kit. I have a FlySky transmitter hooked up to it, so I haven't really got a chance to take it up for a good spin. Today will be the first day. There are some headwinds. Thing to remember when using the FlySky F6T6 is that you have to have all your switches up in order to turn it on, otherwise you're going to get a warning sign. This is in my bag, so it's probably bumping around under a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and power this up. I do have the power cord, or the battery, I'm sorry, all zip tied up on here. So let me connect it. So we need to connect up the power cable here, turn it on. Next thing to do is turn on the transmitter, make sure we don't get any warning signs. Everything seems to be good. Let's do a once over, check everything out. I'm going to turn the self-leveling on, so it's showing on my controller that it's on. This will definitely help out with flying. This thing's a little bit difficult to control without it. And I do see I have a date and clip off one of the zip ties, but I think we'll be good. So the wind is blowing to the right. So handling good. We're flying into the headwind. It's on auto leveling. It's not a lot of oscillation with the motors. And we're looking at probably like a 5-minute flight out of this. So, I mean, the wind is really blowing today. And this is handling well. It's getting pushed back a little bit. I don't know if that's because of where the battery's centered on it, or if I just need to trim it up. I do have the elevators trimmed up quite a bit, trying to get the flight controller to zero out. So far, looks good though. Swoop it around here. Now, I do not have any running lights on this, so the orientation is all done manually. When those big wind gusts hit it, you can really see it take effect and the auto leveling go into effect. It's quite not dialed in yet. Saw it dip back in on the ass end, but the wind's really blowing this. So we'll fly into the wind a little bit. Not too sure what the range is on the FlySky. But to give you an idea, this thing is extremely heavy. I think it's probably 5 to 10 pounds. I was just lifting it compared to the V303 Seeker, and considerable as far as the weight goes. Range is decent. We're not going extremely far out, but I think there's probably some adjustments that I need to do to the flight controller on the P gain. A little jerky, some of the spins there. But for the most part, really nice. I'm not sure exactly what it does when the battery runs low. There's a buzzer on the quadcopter, but probably couldn't hear it. How loud this thing is. I mean, this thing is extremely loud too. But excellent buy for $200. I mean, just the structural integrity of it is 100 times better than any of the cheap little plastic drones you're going to buy. Now, it doesn't have GPS to it. And it's missing a lot of features. I'm assuming those could probably be added on to it. And I probably need to adjust the throttle thrust. Just checking out all the motors, making sure everything's spinning correctly. No weird vibrations. Everything appears good. Some drifts to different directions, so I think I will need to mess with that P gain. Fly it out, come back. So I don't like that dip there. And this wind is extremely tough to fly, and it's blowing this thing all around. So I'm going to go ahead and land it. Great first test flight, handled well. You know, can't wait to see what it handles like lower wind conditions. So I'm going to try to land this thing nice and soft. And we're done. So we're going to disarm the motors, turn off the flight controller, and take a look at it. So looks good. So there's a few things on here that I'll need to look into, because as you can see, it kept dipping to the back and then it was pulling hard to left to the right. It just could be the weight of this thing. This thing's very, very heavy. Probably put some different pads or something on the feet, because they're a little flimsy. This thing could tip over pretty easily. But for the most part, great flyer. This is the F450 do-it-yourself kit you can purchase online with the Fly Sky controller. Minus the time you put into it, you probably got about $200 invested into this thing. Definitely will be able to haul a GoPro, probably plus much more, as well as it's got some great features to it. It's probably on par as far as controllability is with the Tarantula. It's pretty manual, but that could just be due to the settings of the flight controller, which I need to investigate more into, but not bad for the first flight.